Hey y'all, this is Brett. I'm eating outside alone, but I'm not alone because I'm with you. And you're thousands of people, well, maybe a few dozen people, want to eat with me today. And I know you won't be able to taste this food through the computer, but you could imagine how good it is. And man, such tasty food. Today I've got, this is carrots and some cilantro and a little bit of like olive oil, lemon juice, garlic, pepper type stuff. And I chopped it all up in the food processor, and then I threw it in the wet grinder. And you can buy a wet grinder on Amazon, and I'm telling you, they're awesome. Mine is a I'll think of it in a few minutes, wet grinder. And this is some collard green and tri-colored quinoa. And it's got a little bit of chickpea miso in it. And it's a beautiful sunny day. Man, it's so nice. Check out my garden. Woo! The battery on the camera here is almost dead, so it may run out. But anyways, Chakra's over there sitting on the grass, relaxing. I'm sitting here doing some sunbathing. Yeah, naked, for those of you that want to know. But that's all good. See, being naked is natural and a totally acceptable thing in the world, whereas I could give you dozens and dozens of things that are accepted by most people, but not by me. And I'm not going to get specific on those because what I want to do is eat some of this food, and I've also got some of these millet flax rice lavaches. And I don't know the origin of lavaches. It sounds somewhat European. But I like to take the lavaches. You can't really wrap stuff up in them too much because they're not as durable as a glutinous one, you know, that has that sticky substance that clogs your digestive system. See, what I recommend is eating those small grains like quinoa, millet, amaranth. For a while, though, I have to keep eating rice, and eventually I'll get off of that. Brought me a little table out here because you know I'm resting my legs and I don't want to sit on the ground right now. It's too hard on my knees. But I'm just going to hog out on this food and elaborate on some various things. It's really important to get out in the sun, and I do it as much as I can during the time of year that that's possible. Sometimes even the winter time. Man, that's good. It's not nice to talk with your mouth full, but you know, I don't give a crap. I'm trying to do a video here. And if I need to talk with my mouth full, by God, I'll do it. That's what people in the country say. By God, we'll do it. That's because in the country, you gotta get her done. This guy's funny, ain't he, the cable man? Okay, so what I'd like to talk about today is it okay to be gross? Like, I'm gonna do a video about pooping in a bucket. Because Flea did one recently, and I want to do one too. Now you know the queen would never poop in a bucket. That would be improper. But really, is it improper to poop in a bucket and then take it out to the trees and give it to the trees, bury it in the ground where the tree's roots can get to it? That's just one of those things that I'm talking about in regards to this world. Eventually, my life will get more and more logical in these regards. So you can see that this is the way to heal. I mean, look at this. My God, so totally beautiful out here. Peaceful. Very little electromagnetic fields. This is what you do when you really care about yourself. You get out and you just relax with your bare feet on the earth like mine are right now. One of the things that I've learned about barefoot is that you can just sit and be barefoot. Even in the wintertime, if you sit and the ground is cold, your feet will make the ground warm in a little bit, at least for a few inches into the soil. And you'll be able to stand having your feet on what you thought was cold earth and just sit. And if you find a place that's enclosed a bit, you can even take your clothes off, at least your shirt, and get some sun. And you girls should do that too. We don't mind. So good. So I'll tell you, I'm doing now at least 2 psyllium and bentonite clay shakes a day. I forgot to mention the bentonite last video. Get a good glob of bentonite clay in your shake, along with the 2 teaspoons of psyllium. I recommend the Arise and Shine product, not just because my neighbor is the owner, but also because they're the original cleansing products company, and they're just the best in my opinion. And I think that they're the best because our stuff is very high quality organic. The capsules are safe. They're not that stuff. They're not gelatin, or they're not that semi-synthetic stuff that I talked about in the video before in regards to veggie caps. Don't eat veggie caps. Dump the contents of those little capsules out and throw the capsules away. They're made out of semi-synthetic material, similar to the glue that they use to glue plywood together. Look it up on Wikipedia. Veggie caps on Wikipedia and read about it. You'll see. I'm telling you. So this is all raw. Mostly carrots. And you know carrots help you with constipation. The psyllium also does that because it binds to the walls, it grips. It can actually create some constipation, but it can help you to move the food too. And I'm going to talk about that in another video soon. and how you can prevent that and help it. I'm so glad you're having lunch with me today. That's really corny, huh? You're my friend. That's what Mr. Rogers would say. I'm so glad you're here to be with me today. Taters. Taters and collard greens. Cooked. I told you the battery had run out, so I went and grabbed another one. So yeah, it's like a nudist colony here. Just walking around naked. Nobody can see me. Well, like, I don't care. It's them. It's their welfare that I'm concerned with. I don't want anybody to be like, oh my God! You're an alien! I've never seen one of those before! I guarantee you that most penises and most vaginas, for the most part, look the same. They can have variances, but people are such freaks about it. They're not so freakish about it in Florida because seeing skin is not such the big deal there. And there's like nudist places down there, colonies, camps, whatever you call them. Someday I'm going to have a vegan nudist community. And only healthy people are allowed to live there. You have to have a decent looking body to live there. It's one of the premises. Really good. Really good shit, man. So, you know, I've been feeling a little bit better. Like, maybe I could leave the comments available on a few of the videos now. But you should know that if I just don't feel like having any comments, then I just remove them, you know? Oh, good, huh? Now, I usually eat with a wooden spoon, but today I just kind of forgot, I guess. The thing with the wooden spoons is you should boil them once in a while or sterilize them with vinegar, white vinegar. You know, you can always also sterilize things by bringing them out in the sun and using the ultraviolet light to sterilize them. And that reminds me, pretty soon I'm going to cook all my food on sunny days in a solar oven. I got to build me another one. Either that or maybe I'll just buy one. But I think I want to build one because I can do it better. I can build a safer one, a cleaner one. Are you getting hungry? You should be eating with me. Tell me what you're eating in a comment down below. Tell me what you're eating today. Now, if you can hear that noise, what it is down below is We've got some tree workers trimming a bunch of trees down on the road down there. No, I'm just gonna have to put up with it for a while. It's kind of just part of accepting this place at this moment now. The noise of the road, using a sewer system, etc. But I can kind of find shades of gray in between, like I could bury my poo out there by trees. It's so damn nice out here. If you're still one of the people that's with me, man, after all this time, talking about various things that may or may not interest you, that's pretty cool. I'm still with you. Why not be with me? As you can see, I like glass. And you can buy these glass containers at Walmart with a plastic top from Pyrex. That way your food's not actually coming in contact with plastic. Plastic full of chemicals. And this plastic is made out of oil. It's a petroleum product. Not smart. And some of you may say, how come you don't have any armpit hair? Some people just don't have any armpit hair. I don't shave it or anything. Don't have hardly any chest hair or armpit hair. I got a little bit of hair on my arm, like that. I'm down there, but no, I'm not a hairy person. It's just the ancestry, you know. Now check out the apple tree there. Look at the blossoms on that apple tree. Woo! Isn't that beautiful? Nice, huh? That's where the rich people live, up there on that hill. That's where I like to go walk. Because they have all their cables buried up there. Their electricity cables. So, it's EMF free, pretty much up there. So that was a pretty good lot. I hope you enjoyed it as much as me. If you didn't, go make yourself a good vegan lunch. Quinoa, baby. Today I'm cooking some black beans. It just feels so good to be out here and relaxing. I think I'll just do it alone for a while now. So thanks for joining me. Be good. So I wanted to just add one more thing to this video, and that is that oftentimes I think that I need to just visualize in my mind what I really want with my health, because that's where we're going in the future. We're going towards this lifestyle that includes pretending like we were when we were kids, like we did, things that we would like to achieve. And the reason that we had to do that when we were kids is because that's all we had the ability to do. We didn't have a car, we didn't have income, we had books that our parents gave us, and so we could go to Never Never Land with Peter Pan, or to the Jungle Book, for those of you that remember that. And we could live this imaginary life in this other land with these characters that were fun and interesting. But you know, the reality of all this is that we're not that much more advanced as adults as we were when we were kids, because sure, we know how to write checks, and we know how to get on the computer, and we know how to do this and that, but a kid could be taught how to do those things pretty easily. And we oftentimes don't live a lifestyle that's fun like when we were kids. And one of the fun things that we did was we pretended. And so when I come out here and I sit in my yard, I can pretend that that scenery is anything that I want to. I could envision a beach in Jamaica. I could envision hiking in the Rocky Mountains. I could actually bring my computer out here and look at those scenes on the internet if I wanted to, on a YouTube video, and then just sit out here and relax and not burn any gasoline going anywhere. And you can see where I'm possibly going with that, because you know that the gas is going to get more and more expensive, and that eventually that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to take vacations in a cyber world or in our minds. But you know, the more we can actually see that in our minds, the more we can enjoy it. And we can do that with healing too, which is what the shamans do. And the whole shaman thing comes from South America, if I'm not mistaken, Peru and places down there, where they take you to another world with some visualization techniques, and they describe the scene, and they ask you to remember things. What if you could do that all on your own? You probably can to a degree, but the whole coming together of all things requires that we do just that. And we can't do all the healing on our own. The knowledge and the wisdom and the intuition, the instinct has to come from other things that are relayed to us through music, through nature. Maybe I'll just make this its own video. And neither of them will be big click videos. These videos that I'm making, these offshoot videos, are for my viewers and for my benefit, to just teach you the things that are going on in my head that I know to be valuable. And there's ants and various bugs out here, but you know what? It's not so bad that I have to put on any bug repellent. That's another video. And I've already got some made in the foyer room. But and if you haven't seen my flea and tick care, natural flea and tick repellent. We're not trying to care for the fleas and ticks. We're trying to repel them from the dog. And yesterday I went to the co-op and I bought some cedarwood oil, lemongrass, and citronella. And I'll either just dabble that all over the dog and then brush it in, or if the dog really doesn't want to lay down and get it on her belly, I'll put it on my hands and then go like that and then rub it all over her belly, transfer it with my hands. But those are the real ways, you know, and it's just about getting to be that time, so that's why I went and bought a bunch of it yesterday. And it's cheap essential oils, they're cheap. And so, don't put Frontline or Advantix on your dog. Don't do that anymore. Unless you just want to keep poisoning them and wasting money and promoting companies that are poisoning pets all over the country. And all that is geared towards all the same things, you know, that people are lazy, their lifestyles aren't balanced, or they're ignorant, or they just don't care. They've lost faith and they just don't care, and so they decide that they want to do something destructive, like blow people up with bombs, you know. And so when people are informed, then they have the choice. And if you know about citronella, lemongrass, and cedarwood oil, but you still aren't able to pull it off, then, you know, it's getting to the point of where you're just going to suffer. You and your pet are just going to suffer. And you may just suffer mentally because you know that I'm telling you this, but you're not actually doing it, and you feel guilty. But you know, I teach you a lot of things, and you may or may not be ready for them, but you must be interested because you're watching me, right? And hopefully you're not just watching me here because I'm naked, because that nudity is not a big deal. In fact, it's so healing. Believe me, I feel so good just sitting here with dog hairs on me. I gotta shave the dog soon. She's shedding like crazy. But I've got one guest, and he's off doing hiking or something. And so I'm not worried about anyone seeing me. I'm clear back here in the yard. But not sure what I'm going to call this video. I don't know, but I'm just about to start working on the garden. I'm just kind of trying to rest my legs because, you know, I've been working on them a lot lately, and I have some sore tendons that need to recover, especially my right knee. But I am going to get into the garden, and I'm going to move a bunch of soil from those compost piles over there and fill the garden beds more higher to where they need to be. And I've got all these starters I want to get going in there. But yeah, check it out. The road is down there. Can you see the road? You can see the road. See the road down there? And there's a restaurant there. See that restaurant? So that's what you can hear. The cars going by. That's what you can hear when you're watching me, and there's also some trees being cut down there. But so, you know, it's not a perfect scenario for me either, and it never will be, but I'm going to get it more perfect all the time. And hopefully in the coming years I won't be so itchy. You know, this year I've been really itchy and doing a tremendous amount of skin brushing. If your skin itches, get a Bernard Jensen skin brush and scrub your skin. Give it what it needs. Anything that your body is doing. If it's aching, rub it in that spot. If it's itching, itch it in that spot. You know? You just have to go with whatever it needs, and then you'll feel comfortable. And remember, whenever you're radically changing something, and your body is trying to mute into a different form. And in 1,000 years, we won't look the same. In 10,000 years, we'll look very much different because our bodies will have evolved. Our genetics will have changed. We'll be different. And sometimes I think to myself, I wonder if I was from a different world before this one. Or at least partially. My spirit lived in a different world before this one, because I wonder, like, what did I do wrong to get into this world? And I know that sounds somewhat negative. It sounds somewhat negative, that I should be more positive. It is beautiful out here today, so I'll give it that. Maybe I watch too much news. I have to stop doing that. Alright, y'all. Thanks for joining me.